good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. How I love you all so, okay? And I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my little beautifuls. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my passers-by who happen to stumble across my channel, or to at least, even if you do not click on the view, that you look at the writing, okay? Much love to you all, and I hope that you're having a super duper time wherever you are in the world, my little lovelies. So 3, 2, 1, there we go with my juicy little lights. Okay then, so I'd like to give out some bits of information today. Now, what I am going to say to you is that, first of all, I want to discuss the weather. So, yesterday it was super duper warm, but it's like there wasn't any sunshine, if you know what I mean. It was very rare we got any sunshine at all yesterday, okay? Now, today, it is not sun shining, okay? It is a tiny bit windier, but yesterday was warm, so it was like really humid. Like today, we've got just a little bit of wind, but anyway, I've got all the windows open, I've got my front door open, and it is very, very quiet. In fact, you could hear a pin drop outside, okay? And it's only a Saturday afternoon in my neck of the woods in the UK. It's all the little bends, because a lot of them have all gone on their holidays. You know, they've gone to their home countries like Poland, Romania, what's the other one called? Lithuania. So, you know, so they've all gone, you know, back to go and see their families. God bless them all, okay? And it is quiet, you know, and you do miss the little bands, you know, you really, really do. Because, of course, you know, like I always say, you know, they are a sign of life, aren't they? You know, if we never had them around, well, life would be quiet and it'd be really, really boring, you know, because they come out with so many different things, you know what I mean? I mean, I just find them really interesting. Do you understand what I mean? The little things that they come out with, you know, it's just how their little minds work, you know. But it seems that most of the little bands, and this is no disrespect to everybody out there, you know, who's intelligent and does have a brain, you know, an old noddle, okay? It seems that little bands seem to have far more brains than most, don't they? Same with the little animals. They're all so beautiful. They all seem to have the brains, don't they? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we've got, you know, some lovely adults who've got brains, you know. But what I'm saying is, anyway, I know what I'm saying. You know what I'm doing? I'm just digging myself a hole. And, of course, you know, you're always going to get somebody who flipping gets upset, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Of course, I try my best not to upset anybody, okay? I really, really do, you know. I really, because it's just not my personality. Do you understand what I mean? But, of course, you know, there's always going to be somebody who's cheesed off with you, isn't there? Do you understand what I mean? Yes, there is. Do you see what I mean? So you just have to take the notice of it, really. You know, it's whatever journey they're on in their life, you know what I mean? And if they start to get all upset over things, well, I don't know. Maybe they need to go and do some old meditation, you know what I mean? Anyway, not to worry. Now then, I'd also like to say, I feel that the world is, well, it's getting even more and more crackers, isn't it? I mean, we're seeing, you know, a lot with this cyberbullying. Mind you, it's gone on for quite a while now, hasn't it, this whole cyberbullying? Do you know what I mean? Where, you know, it doesn't matter how good a video is, no matter on what platform, you know, there's always somebody negative who will come along just to upset the apple cart. Do you know what I mean? And it's not very, I mean, it's one thing if we all have an opinion and we express our opinions, yes? It's quite another thing when people are just downright flipping nasty. So, and you know, we're seeing so much of it, aren't we? And we're especially seeing it, and I've noticed something, and I've noticed a pattern for quite a while now, actually, because I do follow things, yes? And what I have noticed is that it seems to be, the ones who have a lot of subscribers. Do you understand what I mean? Now, if somebody has a lot of subscribers, well, God bless them for having that. Do you understand what I mean? Because what everybody's got to realise here, well, for the ones who do know, I'm talking about the ones who do not know, is that a lot of work has gone into that to get that amount of subscribers. Do you see what I mean? To gain that respect from others. Anyway, something's just made me say that for some reason. So if anybody does happen to stumble across my channel, and maybe if they're not in a very good mood for whatever reason, there are plenty of really, really good meditation videos on YouTube that you can actually go on to, and it can help to calm your mind, because right now it seems that globally there seems to be a lot of anger in the world. Yes, there does. An awful lot of anger, actually. And more and more, especially, are getting cheesed off, especially in my neck of the woods, in the UK. They're getting really, really cheesed off about these energy bills, And I forgot to write it down, but there's something that everybody's looking at now. What is it? I don't know. I mean, please do not quote me, everybody, on this. I'm just trying to remember exactly what it is. Is it don't pay... I don't know if it's .uk or if it's UK. So it's something like that, okay? But anyway, well, it seems that there's going to be an awful lot who are going to be jumping on board here. Do you know what I mean? Yes. I just feel that, this bullying that's been going on, with you-know-who. Okay, who of course have their lackeys, it's a bit like a ladder, isn't it? You've got the top of the ladder, you've got the top of the roof, and then you have to come down a bit and down a bit, then you've got your little lackeys who are doing things. Do you understand what I mean? But I honestly feel as though they've really got what I feel a serious problem on their hands, okay? Because I can assure you now, the mood is getting moodier. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'd say, I do apologise. I really hate, to be the bearer of bad news. But the fact is, I'm just telling the truth. And dear God, Jesus Christ, our dear Creator, loves the truth. Does he not? Yes, he does. Now then, and I just want to tell you something else. Now, this is where the world is crazy as well, right? So I don't know whether this is to do with, I don't know. It's just getting more and more crackers by the moment. But I was out walking my beautiful little rubes, right, yesterday morning. And I was out walking, just simply just minding my own business, really. And what happened is that, so this man, he had his, it's very clear he had his own business, his own van, his own everything. Do you understand what I mean? And of course, I just thought that he was being polite. Do you see what I mean? Well, that's how I like to feel that, others are. Do you see what I mean? Because I'm always polite. I'll always say, no matter what time of the day I'm out, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm always very, very, very pleasant. Takes a lot for me not to be pleasant. So I said, good morning, And he said, well, he spoke to me first, actually. And he said, what are you doing nice today? So naturally, I said, I'm just walking my roads, got to work and, do other things, because I've been painting again yesterday, everybody, by the way. I've been doing my painting, right? Because I had all skirting boards and everything to do anyway, right? So I said, what are you doing? Just pleasant. He said, chatting you up. I thought, oh. So anyway, I said, have a nice day. Do you understand what I mean? And it seems to me, and I'm not just saying it, don't get me wrong, can I just let you all know, I'm not flipping insulting myself here, do you know what I mean? Because for my age, I tell you, and this is not just my ego here, right? for my age, you know, I'm not a bad looking flipping bird. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm not insulting myself here, everybody, but what I'm saying is that whatever these jabs, we seem to be having a different mixture of different moods, and this man as well he seemed to be walking quite strangely, and I thought, well, I cannot see that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, his old loaf upstairs, his noddles are, you know, all intact, it seemed. Do you understand what I mean? But, you know, I'm just experiencing here in my neck of the woods, I'm experiencing different things at the moment. Do you understand what I mean? With different, it's not the women, it's the men. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. I've no idea. I mean, for years and decades, haven't we? Do you understand what I mean? I mean, you know, you could walk up the road, you know, and there's always somebody, you know, who's going to, you know, try to chat you up at some stage in your life. There always is, yes. Do you see what I mean? All the time. But it just seems that in this past 2.5 years, well, everybody seems to be having different strange moods and coming out with strange things. Anyway, well, I just thought I'd mention it, you know. And it's not just me, I've seen it with other, you know, young lasses. Do you understand what I mean? And then you've got men and lads, you know, 18, 20, whatever they are and older. Do you know what I mean? So seeing quite a lot of different things, really. It appears to me that nobody has to go to a pub or a club anymore. You know, now you're probably saying to yourself, well, why would you just come out with something like that? But I know exactly what I'm saying, okay? So anyway, so let's just get on with things. So I've just rambled on for long enough, really, and I do not even know why I've done all that, really, actually, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, my delicious babies, so I've just got some pieces of information. Surprise, surprise, okay, because I'm going to start my quick reads, okay? So we're going to go on to the first one, okay, everybody, my delicious babies. Now, if you could please, it's up to you. I understand that, you know, ones out there have, you know, busy lives and, you know, I really, really understand that, you know, whether they've got the families, whether they've got work or, you know, whatever's going on, really. Do you understand what I mean? So, but what I'm saying is, if you could please just take a little bit of time out of your lives, okay, and just please, I mean, I know not everybody's going to do it. Well, that's fine, isn't it? But for the ones who do have an interest, you know, you will learn things. Do you understand what I mean? So the first one is on YouTube, and it is Kyle's, you know, Kyle's. So I'll spell that for you. K for kitten, Y for Yankee, L for Lima, E for Echo, S for Sugar, Kyle's, as in the name Kyle, okay? So it's YouTube, Kyle's vaccine injury update, okay? Now, he talks to, who you've heard me mention before, he talks to a gentleman called Dr. John Campbell, who you will find down below in the subscription, you know, where you can subscribe. So in the subscription box, okay, and it should say Dr. John Campbell, okay? But if you just type in Kyle's vaccine injury update. Now, I was listening to, now even though, according to what I'd read, yes, that this was uploaded 2 months ago, okay? So it was uploaded 2 months ago. But what I'm saying is that, and strangely enough, I hadn't come across it. So, you know, that was unusual. Anyway, but for me, right? But what I am going to say is that this young gentleman is so lovely, you know. God love him. You know, and when you listen about the journey of his life and everything, do you understand what I mean? What a beautiful young gentleman. I do not mean it in that way. I'm talking about how he has a heart. Beautiful young gentleman, you know. Well in touch with his emotions. That's how it should be. Yes. okay? Anyway, it was so lovely as well to hear Dr. John Campbell, because what he was talking about, of course, you know, all of the shite that's happening at the moment. Do you understand what I mean? And you hear a lot of truths out of Dr. John Campbell. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. So if you could please have a listen, then that's absolutely wonderful. I do apologise, everybody. Can you just please just bear with me just a moment? All of a sudden, I mean, I've got loads of air coming in, but you know what? The heat's flipping rising for some reason. I don't know what's just happened. Please just bear with me, everybody. All of a sudden, I've just gone boiling hot. It's like my forehead. I feel as if somebody's just stuck a flipping radiator on it. Anyway, sorry. And you know what? I've just got all warm across my shoulders. And you know when I get that, that's usually the angels, you know, because when I go cold across my shoulders, that's dear spirit. But when I go warm across my shoulders, when I go warm, that's usually the angels around me. So it could very well be that, as well as what everybody knows, you know, what else I'm going through. Anyway, not to worry, I'm not even going to get into that, do you know what I mean? Actually, strangely enough, I haven't been too bad lately, so that's all right, okay? I've had a little bit of tummy ache here and there, not because of anything that I eat, because dear God, Jesus Christ, our Nazareth, that we're thankful for food and drinks and everything, right? What I'm talking about, because I make sure that everything's cooked properly, you understand what I mean? So there we go, yes. So, but what I'm talking about is, you know, so I've had a bit of a, you know, with my tummy up and down a bit, but anyway, but other than that, no, I'm fine. My mood's been, you know, pretty okay, you know, because it can send you a little bit, do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes. Where, of course, you know, somebody would think that, you know, the lift doesn't go up to the top floor, but that's not the case, okay? I've fully got my noddle, okay? Now then, so let's just go on to the next one, okay? My delicious babies, please take no notice. I mean, I just ramble on, don't I? Do you know what I mean? I just yap. Okay, so I never shut up. Right, okay. Now then, so let's look at the next one. So if you could please type in again, and I am going to go on about this again, but I do believe this is a different video. Could be a different video. I need to look back on my other videos, okay, because this was a number of months ago now. So this could very well be a different video, but I just need to. Anyway, so if you could please type in again on YouTube, and you should type in, please and thank you, classic cars left to rot under UK government's scrappage scheme. Now, it could be the same one or it could be a different one, but for some reason it's come back up on my feed again. So it's almost like I need to remind certain men and women out there about it again, okay? Because some will already know, but some will not. Some delicious babies will not, okay? But, excuse me, but the reason why I'm doing this is because really we need to do all that we can to stop everybody. I mean, we cannot stop everybody as much as one tries, okay? But if we can stop most from buying these stupid and silly, and I do not like that word, but stupid and silly flipping Lego cars, okay? Because there's been all sorts of problems with these Lego cars there has. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, so and then in the where you subscribe, it should say Bucky's World. I really think this is a different one now, okay? So Bucky's is spelled B for Birmingham, U for Union, C for Charlie, K for kitten, Y for Yankee, S for sugar, and then world, Bucky's World, okay? Now then, that'll be in where you can subscribe in the subscription box, okay? Now, this was uploaded 4 years ago, okay? So I just thought, you know, I'd let you know that as well, my delicious babies, okay? So it's classic cars left to rot under UK government scrappage scheme, okay? Now then, so there's another one here as well. Now, surprisingly enough, I was listening to this morning, okay? Mind you, I was also listening to, and I have followed this gentleman for a while now, okay? I really, really have, you know. And his name was called Douglas McGregor, but I have been following him for a while. I may not say it, but I have been, okay? Yes, I have, right? So, and he was really wonderful. So I've, you know, sent it out to everybody else anyway, okay, so that they could have a very good listen to it, right? He's a lovely gentleman. I like him, right? Now then, this final one I'm going to tell you about, okay, and again, this one is on YouTube as well, okay? And right, so if you was to type in please and thank you, again, only if you're interested, everybody, okay, because not everybody's going to be interested, but we can only try, can't we, okay? Now then, so China's mortgage crisis, okay, China's mortgage crisis, yes, bank are failing. So China's mortgage crisis bank are failing, okay? Protests, okay, everywhere, okay? China's financial crisis is here. So I'm just going to repeat that once more, okay? China's mortgage crisis bank are failing, okay? Protests everywhere. China's financial crisis is here. Now, this was uploaded one day ago, and if you look in where you can subscribe, okay, then it should say business basics, okay? So business basics, yes. So now I can tick all of this off, okay? I'll do this as I go along. What am I doing? There we are. Okay, so that's all done. Okay. So all I'm asking you to do, my delicious babies, I mean, like I said, I just cannot tell you what to do. No, I cannot. I cannot tell anybody what to do at the end of the day. You know, it's your own life as a man and woman. Okay, but for those of you who do not research, this is what I am aiming it at, you know, not in literal terms. What I'm aiming it at is that all you have to do is just get a pen and a paper and just write it down and just simply look at it. That's it. And I really keep trying, you know. So, you know, a number of times I'll send out videos. Do you understand what I mean? You know, and all I'm trying to do is help, really. Do you understand what I mean? Now, there may be some of you delicious little babies out there, you know, who do want this help. Do you see what I mean? And also, there's something else on a Telegram, but I need to... uploads another little video on that, but it's where, you know, on Telegram, there was a lady, God bless her, and she was being interviewed by our lovely Charlie Ward, who's on BitChute, and he's on, Charlie Ward TV, and she was talking about, you know, so that she can guide, you know, man and woman through the process of how to sort their energy bills out. You know, in a way where somebody's not just going to, from the company's just going to come in and, just cut you off and everything else, because this has been happening a fair bit as well. Yes, it has. And of course, you know, we have the authorities and everything who, they say that they're there to help, when in actual fact, they do nothing. Do you see what I mean? It's really strange, that, isn't it? Do you say, you know, when us as citizens, you know, man and woman of our country and other countries, you know what I mean? Because everybody sadly is going through some right strife right now. But, it's just the authorities just do not want to help, do they? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so like that was that really. And just to let you know one more thing as well, the helicopters, Monday, there was one helicopter and it was, I mentioned it on another video, well anyway, it was up in the sky for flipping hours and hours just doing a circle, right, over here, over there, okay? They missed out Tuesday, then they went to Wednesday, so we started with that again. Then we had it, where are we now? Then we had it yesterday as well. Okay, no, I don't think we had it Thursday. So today's Saturday, yesterday was Friday, yes. Okay, so that was what was happening there, okay? So, again, I've no idea, but of course, you know, they talk about, you know, how much everybody's paying for petrol and diesel. And the first thing that came to my mind, because I mean, years ago, whenever you used to see, and anybody knows out there, you know, in my neck of the woods in the UK, anybody knows out there that, you know, usually the only times that you would ever see a helicopter in the sky would be number one, if, you know, if they're having to airlift somebody, you know, to hospital. Do you understand what I mean? Number two, if, oh gosh, what was it now? It was just on my flipping mind. Oh yes. If they're looking for, you know, somebody and, you know, somebody's running on foot, you know what I mean? So they use the helicopter, right? That's the main, you know, twice, okay, that you would see helicopters. But this one, and the first thing that came to my mind was not like, you know, and I do not mean this in the wrong sense, you know, dear God, Jesus Christ, Nazareth, our dear Creator. No, I do not. But the first thing that came to my mind was, well, you know, you must have loads of flipping petrol or diesel. I should imagine it's diesel, isn't it? Diesel goes further, doesn't it? You know, I've usually always had diesel. I think I've only ever had one petrol car, I did. Right, the rest was diesel. I just prefer diesel. But the fact of the matter is this. If that's got, you know, time to just circle around for hours and hours and hours when others are struggling to even put petrol and diesel in their cars in the UK. Do you see what I mean? And yet they've got the flipping out. And the helicopter's been up today as well. Do you see? So, like I said before and I say it again, it seems to me that there is one rule for us and another rule for them, isn't there? And I was also listening about, you know, that old twat flipping Boris Johnson. Again, I just mentioned this, sorry, before I go. I always say that, don't I? Well, you know, they were talking about, you know, and they were talking about terminations and everything, you know, because they started raking all that up again. I did do another video on this, right, to mention about this briefly, right, talking about all that. I mean, he was seeing a woman, wasn't he? I think it was when he was married. And he was seeing a woman and you know, I mean, God bless, you know, but anyway, but she had a termination from twat Boris Johnson. See what I mean? And of course, you know, he apparently tried to deny it, but the fact of the matter is that that's what took place. And having affairs galore. Do you see what I mean? I mean, if you're going to be like that, if you're going to, see, I'll get started. If anybody's going to be like that, you know, if you're a man or a woman, I'm not talking about you, my delicious babies. No, I am not, right? Because everybody has different situations. But here's what I've got to say about it. And I stand by my belief. And I say this to anybody on the planet. Do not get married if you cannot keep it in your trousers or you cannot keep it in your flipping drawers. It's as simple as. Do you know what I mean? Because all you do is hurt others. I don't mean in literal terms, you know, but it hurts others. Do you know what I mean? My point is they're talking about all these different subjects, which of course, you know, are going to upset others. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody's had, well, not everybody, I'm not saying that, so I'll just rewind and start again. You know, there's others out there who have had, you know, the journeys in their life, shall we say. Do you understand what I mean? And then they decide to rake everything up. Do you understand what I mean? It's like it dips in, it dips out. Fact of the matter is, he's done everything he's done I mean, over the years, he said some bloody wicked things. You know, really, 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 yes, wicked flipping things. Okay? And then they made that twat our flipping Prime Minister. I don't know, just occasionally I just get wound up, do you know what I mean? Usually I am calm. It does take a lot to wind me up, do you understand what I mean? But it's just, you know, when you hear things like that, right, and then you have all of these, and he's not the first one, is he? And he will not be the last. This has been going on for decades. But, you know, with other politicians and whatever they are, right, the flipping lackeys in my book, right, and I cannot stand them. We need to get rid of all of them and get flipping businessmen in, ones who can do a flipping job properly, okay? And I tell you what, our flipping countries globally be flipping rocking and rolling, do you know what I mean? Good businessmen is what we need, and I keep saying that, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, so the fact of the matter is, and then they preach to flipping all of us out here. Do you know what I mean? When they cannot even get their own flipping shite in order, and that's not swearing. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you know, that's the thing that just winds you up, really. Do you get what I mean? And now they're winding, sorry, everybody up now, right, to do with this electricity and gas and everything. You know, you got the dear elderly, God bless them. You got the dear elderly, and you got the families out there who don't have a lot. You know, and they're struggling with this. Yes, ding ding. Do you see what I mean? And they're really struggling. And yet everybody can, you know, can be talking about. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, you know, I'm following as many things as what I can follow. Do you see what I mean? I mean, if I was to let you know everything I follow, flip me, I'd be here all day with my flipping A4 flipping pad, my book. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is that I'm trying my best to follow everything as much as what I can. Do you see what I mean? But it just seems to me that our putrid government in the UK, well, they couldn't care about the flipping gas and electricity crisis. They couldn't care that there's so many on flipping waiting list. I mean, mind you. Anyway, I have another view on that, as everybody knows, right? But my fact is, I mean, you know, we just need to, right now, I mean, however we can do it. I always believe there is a way to do everything. There is a solution to everything. Do you understand what I mean? It's like mathematics. To every problem, there is a solution, right? That is my belief, okay? But what I'm saying is that we need more of the natural, do you know what I mean? These natural herbs. I mean, I'll tell you what, there's some damn good, I do not care what anyone tells me, there's some flipping damn good Chinese herbalists out there, do you know what I mean? They do all different things, do you understand what I mean? And they help, see, and they help so many. I mean, I'm sure that with some, you know, it may not sit right with what I've said, but I'm just saying, I speak as I find. It doesn't matter what colour somebody is, okay? So if somebody takes me offensive, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm talking about everybody's health and well-being and to do things naturally. I mean, it's like I was just brought, I'll just tell you this before I go, I was brought around a couple of days ago, and it's a beautiful gentleman, beautiful family up the road, you know, his beautiful self, beautiful dear wife and everything, his dear self, and he's got an allotment not too far from here, and you know, out of the blue, and you know, he shouted my name, and so you know, so I went, yes, I said, I'm coming, you know, like that, and he gave me a large carrier bag, and I was the first one to, you know, to get, apart from himself and his family, and he brought me around callaloo, okay, which is really, really good for you, okay, and he brought me around some other various green vegetables, do you know what I mean, that I could cook, that he does all in his allotment. And I said, look, I said, you know, I'll give you the pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. He said, no, he said, I'll just bring it to you as a gift. Look at that. Do you see? So do you see what I'm saying to you? So, you know, and all of that stuff is really, really good for you, you know, but we need more of the natural, do you know what I mean? We need more, you know, whether you're Chinese, whether you're white, whether you're Asian, whether you're doesn't matter what colour you are, whether you're Jamaican, African, doesn't matter. The fact is, we need the ones who deal with health, like healers, reflexology, things like that. That's what we need. Do you see what I mean? So we can all, find problems to these solutions rather than, where everybody's not everybody, I need to stop, right? I'm saying there are a lot out there who are on tablets. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if they just start to do other things, okay, then they will not be feeling, God bless them, the way, our Creator, dear Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the way that they are. That's all I'm saying, really. Anyway, I've rambled on. I mean, this should have only been a flipping 10-minute video. Here we go again. I mean, every now and again I do this, don't I? Anyway, I still haven't had my fun. When I said I was going to do a fun video, I still haven't done that yet. But what it is, I've got a young little Ben, she's come to me again the other day, bless her, and I gave her a dear mum and a, dear self, I gave them like a chocolate, one of these kind of, I don't know, ice creams with the flakes and all that, and I gave them one each, sat in the garden. Do you understand what I mean? And anyway, but the little girl, she wants to be taught to swim, because the dear mum cannot swim. So anyway, and it's her birthday next month. Do you know what I mean? I won't say what day, but I will not say. But and she said, anyway. So because she's mentioned it, I said, would you want me to teach you to swim, my little darling? And she said, yes, please. And she said, can you take me on my birthday? And I asked her what date it was. I said to her, dear mum, I said, is that all right? And her mum said, yes. You see what I mean? So I'll teach her to swim myself. She's 8 years of age, but I'll teach her myself. Both of my daughters, me and my ex-boyfriend, the girl's dad, we both taught our daughters to swim, both of them. You see what I mean? I mean, when I was young, I taught myself to swim. I mean, I was a top 4 in the school, best swimmers and everything. Do you understand what I mean? And that was in junior school and went into senior school, but I taught myself to swim from the age of 10. You see? But like these days, you see a lot of parents. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I suppose everybody's lives are different, okay? But you're not seeing, and this is not being disrespectful to any parents. If you happen to stumble across me, okay, please do not take me offensively, okay? But you're not seeing as many parents teaching their little bairns to swim. Do you see what I mean? What they're doing is, again, they're paying for all of these lessons for them to have. Do you see? And, I've seen it myself, and I thought, well, exactly what are you teaching them? For that 30 minutes that, when I've taught my daughters in the swimming pool, far more in 30 minutes than what that teacher has taught, say, 10 or 12 bands. Do you see what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's just crackers. The way I'm seeing it, it's like everything, like there's responsibilities, it's like bit by bit by bit, like they've chiselled away and they've chiselled away, do you know what I mean? So that the parents do less and less with their bands. That's how it was looking to me. Do you see what I mean? But anyway, but sadly, there are parents, God bless them, you know what I mean, our dear Creator, dear Jesus Christ of Nazareth, where there wasn't taught to swim. And then when you talk to some adults, I'm only saying about some over the years, I'm not saying about all, so again, please do not anybody get on a flipping high horse here, right? I'm just saying that a lot of them lack that confidence. Do you see what I mean? And over the years, I've spoke to many in the swimming pools, you know, I used to take my daughters, do you know what I mean? And the thing is this, I mean, I used to do aqua aerobics. I mean, I did aqua aerobics because I have 2 daughters, you know, many of you know by now. And I mean, my second daughter, my last daughter, you know, I was doing aqua aerobics and swimming 3 days a week at 5.5 months pregnant. Do you see what I mean? You know, in order to keep my body fit. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, so I do understand that, you know, and when you get older, it's just everything just seems that much harder for some man and woman, you know. And I do understand. I've had many conversations over the years with many man and woman. Do you understand what I mean? But it's just, that's how life has become, so that, you know, man and woman lose their confidence in things. Well, anyway, so I said I'll go and teach this little Ben to swim, God bless her. But, you know, again, it's no point just doing one lesson. I mean, her dear mum will come along as well, you know, but it's no point just doing one lesson, you know. I mean, she'll probably, you know, need about, I would have just said about 12 lessons. Do you know what I mean? Just so that she can get the feel, you know, for the water and everything, you know what I mean? But yes, I'll teach you, not a problem. So I'll do my duty. I'll do, dear God, Jesus Christ, and as with our dear Creator's work, and I'll help out. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so that's the video, everybody. So yeah, so for some of you out there, you know, if you do want to start getting fit or anything, you know what I mean, then, you know, if you've got a nearest swimming baths to you, you know, go and have like a little paddle or something like that. Do you understand what I mean? And if it so happens that, you know, sadly you cannot swim, well, do you know what I mean? I always say that there's always somebody who can help. You know, you are not on your own, or try to find somebody who you know who can swim, and that they can take some of their time out, bless them, so they can teach you. In fact, you're better off doing it that way. You get somebody who you know to take you. If you're an adult and you know, you've never swam before, do you see what I mean? You'll soon learn. It's just like riding a bike, you know. You ride a bike, you know, you fall off it, you get back on it, you know, you never forget how to ride a bike. It's the same with swimming. Once you learn to swim, you'll never forget. Honestly, you know, and it is lovely. I've got to be honest, I haven't swam for a while, you know, so, you know, this is going to be something for me as well, do you know what I mean? But obviously, I have to concentrate on the little Ben to make sure she's safe, do you know what I mean? But yes, I'd rather teach her myself rather than the parents having to pay pound, shilling and pence, dollars and change out, do you know what I mean? And at least she's having that one-to-one where I can teach her and her mum can see. Do you understand what I mean? So that'll make me happy as well as making them happy. Anyway, so that's the video, my delicious baby. So I'm sorry for rambling on. So on that note, well, have a beautiful morning, afternoon and evening. I'm going to do a quick read now, okay? So I've just got to upload my videos, okay? It's got lovely and bright again, okay? So until the next video, thank you for watching. Much love. God bless. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.